Bookish besties. I am in my car. It is hot. It is hot. I am just leaving work right now. I'm leaving work. I'm literally the last one in the building right now, which, guys, it's only 4:15. But this is the time I normally leave work. And this weekend, you need to get cozy. You need to get prepared. We are having a nice, cozy, bookish weekend. You know what? I'm getting aromatic notes of peach. I have no commitments. Not a one. I'm just gonna read, be lovely. I'm on a book buying ban, but we might go to a bookstore just to look. We might go to a cafe. We might go to a winery. We might sit out on the porch tonight. You and I, we are just gonna have a nice bookish weekend and also pretend it's essentially fall. That is the plan. Beautiful plan. I don't know, what else do you want to do this weekend? Oh, I might make a little journal for me to write my thoughts in while I'm like reading a book. So when I go to make my book review like TikToks and videos that I post on here on YouTube, they're a little bit more like easier, and I'm not sitting down like a week after I finish the book and I'm like, I don't remember reading this book. Like, brain, come on. Come on, we gotta have something. You can't just keep saying this book is good. And then I found out bookbinding and then notebook binding, and I was like, well, if some people can do it, I can do it. Like, I needed another hobby, right? Okay, yeah. Anyways, that is the plan. So let's get home to Sir Franklin, see how he's doing. It was cold. It was 60 degrees. It was chilly today when I got here into the office. And now it's hot. We're in that fun season. Okay, let's go home. Let's see. Oh, you know what I need to do? You know what I need to do? I'm out of meals. And by that, I mean I'm out of the Trader Joe's frozen meals that make me feel somewhat healthy and put together, but they take 5 seconds of effort. I'm out of those. I have no food to eat this weekend. Rob, we are going to Trader Joe's. Starting the weekend off strong. Let's go to Trader Joe's on a Friday night. At least I have a reusable bag that I was using for my camera equipment because I'm professional. I'll dump it out into my work bag and woo, to Trader Joe's we go. Here we go. Hello. Okay, groceries are all put away. Wine is chilling in the fridge. I am starving because I forgot to eat lunch today. You probably shouldn't have girl dinner if you forgot to eat breakfast and lunch, but I'm having goat cheese as my girl dinner. Not the healthiest decision. They had this blueberry and cream goat cheese that looked really good, but for like $1 more, it was like triple the size of the goat cheese I got. And I was like, this is a lot of goat cheese to commit to eating. So I did not commit to eating that, and I got the little tiny log, and I was like, I can commit to eating that. I'm going to get a shower because it was hot driving. I blasted the AC the whole time. I left work at like 4:15, and I just now 5:30. I don't know where the hour and 15 minutes went. So I am going to get a shower, toast the bread, prep the cheese however it needs to be prepped. Oh, I guess I haven't even talked about the books I'm reading right now. I'm currently in the middle of reading Camp Zero by Michelle Min Sterling. This was one of my August TBR pulls. It's sci-fi. I'm a little over halfway through, and according to Bookly, I can pull it up for you. I have 2 hours and 40 minutes left to read. Don't mind the makeup smudges on my phone. I was talking to my mama. Yep, here you go. 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I should be able to finish it tonight. I want to get a shower and put on some fresh clothes. I think I might wash my hair. That's like a big commitment because I just feel gross after everything I did today. Like, I was out in the field. Okay, I'm gonna go take like a shower, like the it shower, and then I will see you back here for our cozy reading sprints. I like right now I'm like just a few away from getting 700 followers on TikTok, and I cannot wait to have 1,000 so I can do live reading sprints. So excited. I'll see if there's any live reading sprints I can do right now. That's the plan. Don't mind the crooked situation or the not folded blanket. We're also gonna crank the AC in this house. Okay guys, my boyfriend is at work for a little bit more. Okay, this is the peach wine. It's a little chilled. I haven't tried this one before, so I just wanted to try it out. Yeah, we're gonna do it real profesh. It's called Love Olivia. Oh, it's a screw top. You know what? I'm getting aromatic notes of peach. Light-bodied, crisp, and delightfully bright. Yes. Bursting with the essence of juicy peaches and tropical fruit notes. Enjoy chilled. Love Olivia. Very nice. If you like juicier wines, this is one for you. Watch my food so Frank doesn't get it. I'm looking at you, Bubs. Did you watch it? Now, I need you to check out this beautiful platter I made for myself. So this is the ciabatta. This is just like a quarter of the loaf. And then here's my cheese. Let's do a little taste test. One of my sisters gave me these beautiful cheese knives years ago, but they are, don't come for me, but they have bone handles on them. They are literally one of my favorite things to use. They're so pretty and elegant. Also, this isn't that much of that cheese loaf, so my boyfriend can have his own girl dinner later. It has a little bumblebee on it. It has a cute little tray it stays in, lives in. Okay. It's very acidic. It's like a whoo. It's delicious. It's not the creamiest goat cheese I've ever had. It's a little bit more crumbly. I should have gotten the blueberry one too. That would have paired so well together. I'll try some of the wine with it afterwards. Oh, lovely. If you have a Trader Joe's, thankfully I live like 5 minutes away from one, please go get this combo and have girl dinner. I think the cheese was $4 and the wine was $6. Treat yourself a little bit. That is some really great goat cheese. Let's get to reading. Look at this. So I finished Camp Zero this morning. I need time to process it, I think. I think once I sit with it a little bit more, it'll be better. I want to read a cute book in between. And some of my options include My Magnolia Summer, The Nanny, and Hook, Line, and Sinker. Or I could read Orphan Train. I think I've had a lot of like dark, depressing books this month. So, The Nanny, Hook, Line, and Sinker. This one's going to be spicy. I don't think I've read a Tessa Bailey book ever. This one. Also, did you see the cute reading notebooks I made? They are not perfect. I broke my awl. I bent it. It's fine. But I printed off graph paper. They're cute for me to take like little reading notes in. They're like stitched. You can't tell. You can't tell, but they're stitched. So. Hook, line, and sinker it is. My hair needs to do something that is not this. She's on live. A read-a-thon. Good morning. I think I'm ready to close out Bookish weekend. It is Monday morning. The weekend is officially and sadly over. I'm using my cat mom mug today. I am 218 pages into Hook, Line, and Sinker. I have started tabbing it a little bit. It's the first Tessa Bailey book I've ever read. And when I was on Jessica's live, she asked and she's like, so what are you all reading? You know, just like, that's a pretty normal question. And I love seeing the answers, you know, because it's just fun. And I was like, I'm reading Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. And she's like, oh, I've heard, I don't think she's read her books, but she's like, I've heard her books are very spicy. I will say it's very steamy. It's very hot. But I think even though I'm only like just over 50% in this book, one of the things with these characters is that Fox is hypersexualized, even if you think about his name. Hannah knows that, and she is like, you are so much more than what people have thought of you based off your father, based off your looks. They are deliberately, she is deliberately taking it slow so that he knows she likes him for more than just sex. She likes who he is as a person in his core. So I think that's really beautiful. So I think this, I mean, there was like a steamy scene when she came home from work in the middle of the day. I think it is a little bit different than some of her other books that she's written because of that. So it's kind of interesting in that aspect of characters, and I really appreciate it. I have been using my little notebook that I made. I'm actually really happy with it. So these were just my notes from Saturday night. I didn't read it yesterday. I did my nails yesterday, if you've noticed, and these took me 6 hours, but I didn't do any art on them. I've gotten better at doing the removal process. So I've cut my removal process time in half, which I'm very proud of. So I didn't think you guys wanted to watch me doing my nails because it's kind of boring. This is just like a really fun way for me to like kind of, well, one, on TikTok lives, I usually use Bookly. And so this was a way for me to track how many reading sprints we did and how many pages I read in those, so I can upload that to Bookly. But then also just like some of my reactions in real time, I started doing them kind of also correlating with the tabs. And it's a cute hot pink glitter pen. I haven't started using Little Greenie yet. It's kind of fun just to, I made these and I'm using them how I would like to, and I don't know, it wasn't overly hard. It was kind of fun. I messed up a lot. I learned a lot. You know, it was just, oh, it's kind of coming unbound. I think that's a mess up on my part. Overall, I had a wonderful bookish weekend. We did not go book shopping. We did not go to a coffee shop. We did not go to a vineyard because honestly, when I sat down and thought about it, I wanted to try to make my own notebook this weekend. And I wanted to just read. And I fully haven't processed like reading Camp Zero yet. I don't think I'll do a book review on it. Anyways, Hook, Line, and Sinker is pretty good. Oh, last night at Villa Lucia, that one is getting really good. I am slightly disappointed. So I work with this publisher a lot. You hear a lot about their books, Storm Publishing, and they usually have really good thriller books. But I've noticed they don't do content warnings on their books, like in their synopsises on NetGalley or at the beginning of their books, at least the art copies that I receive. And I think that they should, because last night at Villa Lucia, it deals with a lot of one of the main characters. She's an alcoholic. Both of the main character females who are wives, there is domestic violence and abuse. The alcoholism in one of those women resulted as a way to cope with the domestic violence, I believe. And I'm only like 60% in, so I really don't know. It's kind of heartbreaking in that way. And then it's also not only like with intimate partners, but it's also with the children to some degree. So that's really sad. And I think I would have liked to know that there were substances being used and or abused in this book, that there was intimate partner violence, domestic violence in this book, especially regarding to teenagers. And this is where that gray line happens with publishers for me, because I read this book and I didn't know about this, and so I feel somewhat tricked once again by the publishers by not having these explicit content warnings provided. While I am enjoying the story and I am going to finish the book, it's a gray area for where I feel like the duty of the publisher should be. And we can get like further into it with what's currently going on with the marketing of It Ends With Us. So my battery is dying. Like, we could get into all of that, but I'm sure you've seen at least a few other creators talking about it at this point. So we all know what happened. And I put a lot of that duty onto the publishers for making sure the readers are aware of what the content in the books is when it's published through a traditional publishing house. When it's published by an indie author, that's where it becomes the author's responsibility. And I think this is a good conversation to have with books and expectations of authors, and not only trigger warnings, but just content warning, content heads up, because I might not have approached this book Last Night at Villa Lucia if I had known. I most likely will not be recommending it to my audience without giving those trigger warnings. And I don't think it's fair to put that responsibility on people who read the book and then get on platforms and talk about the book. I don't think it's their responsibility necessarily to give these content warnings. I think it is the publishers. So when you open up the book in a bookstore, you get past the title page, the dedication or whatnot. This one goes straight to the acknowledgements, but there's a page here with like content heads up, and this one did not need it. I don't know, but I think that's a good conversation for our space to be having right now because it's necessary. I don't know, that went off on a tangent. Anyways, guys, I had a lovely bookish weekend with you. Please, if you have Trader Joe's near you, go try that herb goat cheese. And I think I preferred the peach wine with it, but the Venetian Moon Pinot Grigio also paired so well with it. And I think at one point I got like a touch of lemon in the cheese, which was very nice and refreshing. But also I think that acidity just comes from goat cheese, but it was lovely. Oh, I had a lava cake last night. Impeccable. I think they did make them slightly smaller, but they're not that small. It's fine, you know, it's all good. Still one of my favorite treats to have. Sorry it wasn't like an overly crazy bookish weekend, but I still had a lot of fun with y'all. So thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me for my bookish weekend. If you enjoyed watching this video, consider giving it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on any of the bookish videos I post each Tuesday and Friday for you to enjoy. I also have my Bookstagram Instagram page here and my Book Talk TikTok account for you to follow if you would like to get more of me. I post a lot more book reviews on there that are short form, just kind of more reading updates in general. So you can go find me on those platforms, and they are also linked in the description below. Please let me know if you, one, made it this far in the video, and two, if you have read any of the books that I've read in this vlog. If you've read Camp Zero, Hook, Line, and Sinker, or Last Night at Villa Lucia, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know if you like these weekend bookish vlogs, because they are fun to make. They kind of like focus my weekend a little bit more. And yeah, if you have any book recommendations for me, obviously drop those in the comments too. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. And happy reading. I'll see you later, book besties. Bye.